Hello everyone, this is chapter 1, class 6, NCRT History. What, where, how, and when? Rashida's question. Rashida sat reading the newspaper. Suddenly, her eyes fell on a small headline. 100 years ago, how she wondered, could anyone know what had happened so many years ago? Finding out what happened. Yesterday, you could listen to the radio, watch television, read a newspaper. Last year, ask somebody who remembers. But what about long, long ago? Let us see how it can be done. What can we know about the past? There are several things we can find out. What people ate, the kinds of clothes they wore, the houses in which they lived. We can find out about the lives of hunters, herders, farmers, rulers, merchants, priests, crafts persons, artists, musicians, and scientists. Huh. Taste. We can also find out about the game children played, the stories they heard, the place they saw, the song they sung. Where did people live? Find the river Narmada on map 1, page number 2. People have lived along the bank of the rivers for several hundred thousand years. Some of the earliest people who lived here were skilled gatherers, that is, people who gathered their food. They knew about the vast wealth of plants in the surrounding forest and collected roots, fruits, and other forest produce for their food. They also hunted animals, nor find the Suleiman and Kirthar hills to the northwest. Some of the areas where women and men first began to grow crops such as wheat and barley about 8,000 years ago are located here. People also began rearing animals like sheep, goat, and cattle and lived in villages. Locate the Garo hills to the northeast and the Vindhyas in central India. These were some of the other areas where look look at the picture. Map 1, physical map of subcontinent continent, and Indian Oceans. Agriculture developed. The places where the rice was first grown are to the north of the Vindhyas. Trace the river Indus and its tributaries. Tributaries are smaller river that flows into a large river. About 4,700 years ago, some of the earliest cities flourished on the banks of these rivers. Later, about 2,500 years ago, cities developed on the banks of the Ganga and its tributaries and along the sea coast. Locate the Ganga and its tributary, called the Son. In ancient times, the area along these rivers, so to the south of the Ganga, was known as Magadha, now lying in the state of Bihar. Its rulers were very powerful and set up a large kingdom. Kingdoms were set up in other parts of the country as well. Throughout, people traveled from one part of the subcontinent to another. The hills and high mountains, including the Himalayas, desert, rivers, and seas, made journeys dangerous at times, but never impossible. So, men and women moved in search of livelihood, as also to escape from natural disasters like floods or droughts. Sometimes men marched in armies, conquering others' land. Besides, merchants traveled with caravans, art ships, carrying valuable goods from place to place, and religious teachers walked from village to village, town to town, stopping to offer instructions and advice on the way. Finally, some people perhaps travel driven by a spirit of adventure, wanting to discover new and exciting places. All these led to the sharing of ideas between people. Look at the map once more. Hills, mountains, and seas from the natural frontier of the subcontinent. While it was difficult to cross these frontiers, those who wanted could and did scale the mountains and cross the seas. People from across the frontiers also came into the subcontinent and settled here. These movements of people enriched our cultural tradition. People have sharing new ways of carving stone, composing music, and even cooking food over several hundred of years. Name of the land. Two of the words we often use for our country are India and Bharat. The word India comes from the Indus, called Sindhu in Sanskrit. Find Iran and Greece in your atlas. The Iranians and the Greeks who came through the northwest about 2500 years ago and were familiar with the Indus, called it the Hindus or the Indos, and the land of the east of the river was called India. The name Bharata was used for a group of people who lived in the northwest and who are mentioned in the Rig Veda. The earliest composition in Sanskrit dated to about 3500 years ago. Later, it was used for the country. Finding out about the past. Finding out about the past. There are several ways of finding out about the past. One is to search for and read books that were written long ago. These are called manuscript because they were written by hand. This comes from Latin word mano, meaning hands. These were usually written on palm leaf on the specially prepared bark of the tree known as the birch, which grows in the Himalayas. Over the years, many manuscripts were eaten away by insects. Some were destroyed, but many have survived, often preserved in temples and monasteries. These books dealt with all kinds of subjects, religious beliefs and practices, the lives of king, medicine and science. Beside these there were epics, poems, plays. Many of these were written in Sanskrit. Others were in Prakritic, language used by ordinary people, and Tamil. We can use study inscriptions. These are writing on relatively hard surface, such as stone or metal. Sometimes kings got their orders inscribed so that people could see, read, and obey them. There are other kinds of inscriptions as well, where men and women, including kings and queens, recorded what they did. For example, kings often kept records of victories in battle. Can you think of the advantage of writing on a hard surface, and what could have been the difficulties? There were many other things that were made and used in the past. Those who studied these objects and called archaeologists, they study the remains of buildings made of the stone and bricks, painting and sculpture. They also explore and execute, excavate, excavate did under the surface of the earth to find tools, weapons, pots, pans, ornaments, and coins. Some of these objects may be made of stone, other are bone, wood, baked clay, or metal. Objects that are made of hard, imperishable, understand substance usually survive for a long time. Archaeological also look for bones of animals, birds, and fish to find out what people ate in the past. Plant remains survive for many, rarely if seeds of grain or pieces of wood have been burnt. They should they survive in a charred form. Do you think clothes is found frequently by archaeologists? Historians, that is, scholars who study the past, often use the word source to refer to the information found from manuscript, inscriptions, and archaeology. Once sources are found, learning about the past became an adventure as we reconstruct it by bit. So, historians and archaeologists are like detective who use all these sources like clues to find out about our past. One past are many. Did you notice that the little of this book, our past, we have used the word past in plural to draw attention to the fact what that uh, wait draw attention to fact that the past was different for different groups of people. For example, the lives of herder or farmers were different from those of kings and queens. The lives of the merchant different from those of kings and queens. The lives of merchants were different from those of crafts person and so on. Also, as is true even today, people followed different practices and customs in different parts of the country. For example, today most people living in the Andaman Island and get their own food by fishing, hunting, and collecting forest produce. By contrast, most people living in the cities depend on others for supplies of food. Differences such as these existed in the past as well. Besides, there is another kind of differences. We know a great deal about kings and battles. They fought because they kept records of their victories. Generally, ordinary people such as hunters, fishing folk, gatherers, farmers, or hunters or did not keep records of what they did. While archaeology helps us to find out about their lives, there is much that remains unknown. What do dates mean? If somebody asks you the date, you will probably mention in the day, month of the year 2000 and something. These years are counted from the date generally assigned to the birth of Jesus Christ, the founder of the Christianity. So 2000 means 2000 years after the birth of Christ. All dates before the birth of Christ are counted backwards and usually have the letters BC, before Christ, added on. In this book, we will refer to the dates going back from the present using 2000 years as our starting point.